The three-day Living Fully 2016 conference in Rome recently celebrated in unity the value and honor of human life, especially those with disabilities. The Living Fully convention also fostered a positive culture of faith healing. The event was spearheaded by the Pontifical Council for Culture and the Kairos Forum.
We're in this interesting situation where we should not have to talk about disability and inclusion, all the rest of it. It should happen anyway. And yet the Kairos Forum is one of those places where we'll gather information, we'll help people to find out more and more so people don't feel on their own, because often disability is quite an isolating thing. So it's wonderful just to feel connected.
The collective group of international leading voices in the field of disability joined together in spreading the message of solidarity to all.
What people like me, like academics, do is they sort of bring out reflections on religions and their sources and the questions that are on people's minds. But actually the best, most effective way is to get involved with the people we're talking about and then see their beauty, their contribution, and that usually is what really changes people's hearts and people's minds.
Theologians and specialized practitioners alike were involved in the union with the families of those living with disabilities.
We see a great example of Pope Francis and what he's actually doing in the area of disability and the signs and symbols he's portraying to us. So Pope Francis in his pontificate is really providing us a guiding light in terms of how to actually include people living with a disability, but not only to include, but to ensure that particular settings are settings where people living with a disability and people living without a disability feel as if they belong to that community.
The conference held a variety of delicate and important conversations on topics about loneliness and inclusion, to name a few. The complexities of ethical legalities and theological questions that often come to light on a daily basis were also discussed.
One of my particular interests is looking at how churches and ecclesial communities and Christians generally, people of faith, can do something about this, can address this problem.
The World Health Organization estimates that about 15% of the world's population has a disability. The goal of this conference is aimed at providing the essential tools by providing a method of overall societal inclusion for people with disabilities by educating families and communities within the church and beyond.